My name is Bridget Wright. I am the Executive Director at Save the River. Today we are at Blind Bay. Save the River and the Thousand Island Land Trust often will get together and do a cleanup here. So we have staff going through the back end, through the land side. It's a little bit of bushwhacking in there, which is how we like it. It's very natural. And then we also have staff going by kayak to get anything that's maybe floating around the shoreline or in the water that we could pull. It's a great day, and it's a great community effort. Just keeping it clean and kind of keeping an eye on it. This time of year is usually interesting because it could be whatever the currents brought in from the winter or last fall. There's always a lot of wind and rain and snowstorms. You just kind of never know what you're going to find. Often there's you might find lawn furniture, pieces of dock, barrels. You never know what. Last time there was some major trunk with something in it that we pulled out with a lot of people's hands. It was quite heavy. And then again, just floatable trash. You're going to find cans, bottles, pieces of wood floating around in there, all sorts of stuff. So we just plan on having a lot of hands, and then we'll, dispose of it afterwards and have a little lunch. This bay in particular is incredibly important to preserve and protect. It is one of the last shorelines in this area that has been undeveloped and untouched, really. The ecological system in there is, the different sets of ecological systems is really amazing. Between the snakes you'll find and the frogs, between different birds and wildlife in there, there's such a little community going on in there that you just wouldn't notice, from the average person to glance over there. They're all dependent on each other. And that isn't even getting to the muskie spawning spot, which we all know is incredibly important. The biological station's been working here for over 17 or 18 years now, maybe more than that, where they're helping to keep the muskie generation, or the muskie population, to continue to populate and keep the cycle of life going on. It's just such a beautiful, untouched, preserved spot on the river that you don't see that often with the cycles of life that are losing their habitat spots.
We work with the Thousand Islands Biological Station up at Governor's Island. We're also SUNY ESF students. We use these traps to capture muskie for our mussel lunch survey. And for the surveys, we write down a bunch of the temperature, dissolved oxygen, all the fish species we catch in each net. So this net we have right here is an Oneida net, and the other net that we have over there is a hoop net, which also catches muskie and other types of fish. But we're mostly focused on the muskellunge and Asasa species like the chain pickerel, grass pickerel, and the northern pike. And we also raise northern pike and muskellunge up at our biological station, which isn't too far away, which again is Governor's Island.
This is it. It has your wetlands. It has the perfect breeding ground for many fish and species. So it's beautiful. It's this perfect little spot that we're trying to keep healthy and protected.